This is currently the most terrifying video on the dark web. It was published anonymously, so we don't have any more information. But the ending will call everything into question.
This happens to you at night. Run as fast as you can. This woman was peacefully sleeping when suddenly something knocked on the door. She tries to wake up her husband in vain. He doesn't wake up, and she sees something terrifying. You have 5 seconds to comment your name, like, and share the video with your best friend. Did you see the door opening on its own? Her husband still doesn't wake up, and now the woman is panicking alone in the room. This woman woke up in the middle of the night with a very strange behavior. Fortunately, her camera was able to capture it. Something paranormal entered this young woman's room and started pulling her blanket, and the rest is even more terrifying. If you've stayed until here, comment the word spooky to see who my most loyal subscribers are.
Skinwalker caught on camera.
So tell me why I was literally just shitting my fucking pants because I looked over my right and this dog just kind of just looked at me straight in the face and then winked at me. It's okay, buddy. Oh, don't hop over my car. Hey, do me one favor and please just try and get back to your owner, okay? Like, there's a road right there where people go really fast. See, like that car right there? That could have killed you. Where the fuck did it go?
This isn't a normal horse. I've looked up a weird situation like this. It's actually a skinwalker trying to form itself like an animal.
Two girls are alone in their house when one of them sees something in the doorway. Pause the video and you can see it's clearly the upper half of a young girl who is dressed in old-fashioned clothes from another time period. She is floating in midair as she curiously peeks in on the two children to see what they are doing. One of the girls still doesn't see the ghost. She shouts at something that's on television and accidentally startles the ghost away. The girl with the camera follows the ghost as it retreats. The ghost instantly teleports and now stares at them from the top of the steps. The scared girls run out of the house screaming. They stop only for a second to turn around from the street. They can see the ghost girl walking across the left window on the top floor. It vanishes and then suddenly appears on the bottom floor in less than a second. They scream even louder and take off again. Number 2. Stay out of the attic. Back in 2008, a man started to notice some strange activities around his house. He would often come home from work to find his dogs cowering under the bed, too afraid to come out. One of his dogs would only come out from under the bed for a brief 10 seconds at most before going straight back into hiding. Something was intimidating these large dogs badly. The owner starts to hear banging noises coming from all over his house. He begins to look around. He eventually traces the noise to his attic and goes upstairs with a camera for a closer look. Everything is completely trashed. Boxes are overturned and clothing is scattered everywhere. Something has violently flung all of his personal possessions all around. As soon as he goes back downstairs, he hears another huge bang and runs right back up the steps. He puts the camera down and searches the empty attic for clues. A nearby metal bucket falls over and he runs out of the room before he gets hurt. Another object hits the ground on its own and the camera moves to the right on its own too. The homeowner was too scared to look at the footage. He waited a week before going back upstairs to get his camera. By now, he is understandably quite paranoid. He begins recording everything he does in his home, and it isn't long before he has more paranormal evidence. One day, his radio turns to static and a spirit orb rushes out the window. Later, someone violently jiggles the doorknob to the door that leads to the attic. The door opens and shuts by itself. The radio goes back to normal soon after. Things look to be going back to normal for a second, but then a paper towel roll suddenly flies up from the table to the couch, and the radio starts making more sounds again. The video recording starts to get fuzzy too, as if a ghost is causing electrical disturbances by passing by. Both of his dogs begin to look in the same spot as if they are following something. Whatever it was, the man was never able to physically catch it on film. He was only able to record its strange and oftentimes violent behaviors. Number 1. Ghoul School. This footage comes from somewhere in the Middle East. A group of teenagers are curiously exploring an old school. They go up a flight of steps and pause when they hear a dog whining on the other side of the door. They all run down the steps and gather at the bottom. They're afraid of being attacked by a group of stray dogs now, but they decide to press on and explore the lower areas. The group finds bravery in their numbers and begins to joke and laugh again as they make their way down a long hallway. They open a door and find graffiti on the wall. Other people had been here before them. Maybe this place isn't so bad after all. The teens grow a little more nervous as they continue to poke around. They are laughing less and starting to go silent. Something just isn't right about this section of the building. A YouTuber named Zabin Jaguar translated their comments. He says at this point one of the teens say that their phone shut itself off even though it was fully charged only a moment ago. Another person was able to keep recording, though they probably now wish they hadn't. They enter one classroom in particular and get a dreadful feeling. Suddenly a figure actually appears out of thin air and walks towards them. The ghost is missing his head, but there's somehow no blood. A loud chanting begins as soon as the ghost walks towards them, but this may be prayers from a nearby mosque. Amazingly, the group all appears to have missed the ghost, which explains why they calmly continue to keep exploring. They wouldn't see the apparition until much later, but when they did, they would never forget what was heading straight towards them in that room.
This is actually the most terrifying video I could find on the dark web. A group of friends were walking in the forest, when suddenly they heard a noise above their heads, and as they looked, this is what they stumbled upon. The ending will surprise you.
Ay, ¿qué le está pasando? Lo está manejando, lo está manejando. Está rezando Junior. Ay. Este no es Munra. Este no es Misael. Lisa. Este no es Lisa.
What the hell is this? This woman decided to film her mother because she found her strange recently, and here's what she filmed. But that's not even the worst part. This woman was acting crazy in front of the mirror. Suddenly she heard something. She then decides to go towards the source of the noise, but what she's going to find is terrifying. Comment la 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 for the part 2.
Skinwalker caught on camera.
So tell me why I was literally just shitting my fucking pants because I looked over at my right and this dog just kind of just looked at me straight in the face and then winked at me. It's okay, buddy. Oh, don't hop over my car. Hey, do me one favor and please just try and get back to your owner, okay? Like, there's a road right there where people go really fast. See, like that car right there? That could have killed you. Where the fuck did it go?
isn't a normal horse. I've looked up a weird situation like this. It's actually a skinwalker trying to form itself like an animal.